Gentlemen, let me ask you something direct. Do you snore loudly enough that your partner has moved to another room or mentioned you seem to stop breathing at night? Are you exhausted by 2 p.m. no matter how many hours you slept? Do you wake up with headaches or a dry mouth, feeling like you never actually rested? If any of that sounds familiar, I need you to stay with me, because this isn't just an annoying nighttime habit. It can be one of the most overlooked warning signs connected to heart disease in men over 50, and most men are making 3 specific mistakes that let it go unaddressed for years. Let's fix that today. Here's what most men get wrong from the start. Snoring itself isn't the real issue. It's often a symptom of something happening underneath. Sleep apnea, a condition where your airway partially or fully collapses repeatedly through the night, cutting off oxygen for seconds at a time, sometimes hundreds of times a night, without you ever waking up enough to remember it. Your body isn't just failing to rest, it's under repeated physical stress. All night, every night. Let's go through the 3 mistakes that let this slide under the radar. Dismissing snoring as harmless or just annoying. This is the biggest mistake, and it's understandable. Snoring feels like a minor social inconvenience rather than a medical issue. But here's the reality. Every time your airway collapses and oxygen drops, your body responds with a stress reaction, releasing adrenaline and spiking blood pressure to force you to briefly rouse and breathe again. Do that hundreds of times a night for years, and you're putting real, repeated strain on your cardiovascular system, even though you never consciously wake up enough to notice. Loud, frequent snoring, especially with pauses your partner has noticed, deserves an actual evaluation, not a shrug. Blaming daytime exhaustion on just getting older or working too hard, chronic fatigue despite adequate hours in bed, is one of the clearest signals that your sleep quality, not just quantity, is broken. Men with untreated sleep apnea often sleep a full 7 or 8 hours and still wake up exhausted because they're never reaching the deep, restorative stages of sleep. Their body is too busy repeatedly fighting to breathe. This fatigue often gets misattributed to stress, aging, or work when it's actually a specific, testable, and treatable sleep issue. Not connecting it to heart health at all, this is the mistake with the highest stakes. Untreated sleep apnea is strongly linked to high blood pressure, irregular heart rhythms, and significantly elevated risk of heart attack and stroke, largely because of that repeated overnight oxygen drop and stress response we just talked about. Most men see snoring and heart health as completely unrelated issues, when in reality, treating sleep apnea is one of the most direct things you can do to protect your cardiovascular system, sometimes even more impactful than diet changes alone. As your doctor, I want to be direct here. If you or your partner have noticed actual pauses in breathing, gasping awake, or you're experiencing chest discomfort or irregular heartbeat alongside this fatigue, please don't wait on this. That combination needs prompt medical evaluation, since the cardiovascular risk here is real and well documented. Here's what I want you to hold on to. This is genuinely one of the most fixable conditions we discuss on this channel. A proper diagnosis and treatment, whether that's a sleep study, a simple device, or lifestyle changes, can restore real deep sleep. And with it, your energy, your mood, and meaningfully lower your cardiovascular risk, often faster than men expect. So here's where to start. First, ask your partner directly whether they've noticed pauses in your breathing, not just loud snoring. That detail matters for diagnosis. Second, bring this up with your doctor and ask specifically about a sleep study, since it's the only way to properly diagnose apnea rather than guess. And third, don't wait for exhaustion to become unbearable. The cardiovascular risk builds silently long before the fatigue does. If this helped you connect some dots about your own sleep, hit like so more men find it. Subscribe for more straight talk on Health After 50, and let me know in the comments, has your partner ever mentioned you stop breathing at night?